Hi, Dr. Paul Haider here. You know what? We seem to be moving faster and faster, and if you're one of those people who feels we're speeding up more and more and doing so many more things, but really enjoying life less, you're not alone. You know, in this vast cosmos, we have the micro, which is moving at an infinite speed, and then we have the macro, when it goes out into the vast cosmos and through the planets and in other solar systems and the galaxies and into the multiverse, and everything at that area of the great expanse is moving very slowly. And we have to create our own speed depending upon who we are and what we're doing. And many times we get caught up in everything of, I have to do this, I have to do that. But in reality, there's very few things that we really have to do. We have a lot of choices, and we can create some downtime and be able to smell the roses along the way. It's not about doing. We're not human doings. We're human beings. And it says in all the spiritual texts, be still and ye shall know my name. And because God lives within inside of us. How can we connect with that unless we slow down just a little bit? It's important because if we don't, we get lost. We lose ourselves in helping other people, which is a great thing, helping people, but at the same time losing ourselves and feeling lost and alone and separate and used up. That doesn't help anything either. At the same time, when we feel good, we are able to put on a smile, have energy, and be able to make a difference in the world. So there has to be that balance. Everything in the world, everything in the cosmos has a balance. And without gravity, everything would be colliding with each other, and gravity is the balance in the cosmos. So we have to look at our own gravity, our own balance, in order to find that stability like we have in the cosmos. So to love ourselves, to love the God within in order to love everything outside of us, we have to find that balance, that way of living that creates stability, peace, love, kindness for ourselves, and love for everyone and everything else outside of us. And that balance is there in everything. If you go down to an atom and you see the electrons moving around, they don't plunge into the nucleus itself. They keep their balance on the outside of that shell. And the same thing goes with all the different galaxies moving around. They all have their balance. And we too need our own inner balance in order to accomplish what we need to do, and at the same time feel at peace and know the strength of the peace that we gather from that peace, that strength that fills us up, allows us to be renewed and know that we are part of the one and only. And when we get lost in all the, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and running around and this and that, and there is no peace. Absolutely no peace. So how can we know the universe, the God, the one and only? Impossible. We have to take the time to sit down and just be, and especially in nature, and see the bee. The bees don't rush around too much. They move from one flower to the next flower. That's usually the same rate all the time, And so we must allow ourselves to move at the same rate all the time, doing our work and allowing ourselves to be at peace. You ever seen the guy or somebody rush up behind you and go around you in traffic, and all of a sudden they end up at the stoplight and you come up behind them, and you both basically got there about the same time. You both got to wait, but at the same time, one had more peace and the other one was rushing like crazy. We'll get there when we get there. It's the peacefulness from which we learn. It is a guide. And when we can take that road, that path of peacefulness, and allow it to be a guiding light for us, because that's really God talking to us, then we can teach others to travel down that road of peace, that road of love. Of course, we don't have self-love for ourselves. I mean, how can we show love to anybody else? So we have to allow ourselves to find that great stillness, that great balance, that great peace. And from within and with that, everything changes. We become one within the one. I am that I am. I love you.